Na plus and Cl minus. Why? Because group of the ions can also be what basis it is there, and here we will have group of the oppositely charged ions will behave as a what basis. So basic unit of the crystal or the structural unit of the crystal is nothing but called as a what crystal motif it is there. Basis may be atoms, molecules, or the water ions are there. A crystal contains the basis. If the basis is repeated in three-dimensional, if the basis is repeated in three-dimensional means AG, NaCl, NaCl, that is called as a what? Three-dimensional. If the basis is repeated in 3D, it gives complete crystal. It gives a complete crystal. Anyone doubt here?
No, sir.
This point is a common question coming in the examination, therefore put star mark. Anyone doubt here?
No, sir.
Now,
Sir,
next
don't
point.
doubt it. Sir, 1 minute.
Answer.
Shall I?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll go for the next understanding point, space lattice. Space lattice. It is a two-dimensional space lattice. It is a two-dimensional regular repeating. It is a two-dimensional regular repeating arrangement. A regular repeating arrangement of atoms, maybe ions, maybe molecules. It is a two-dimensional regular repeating arrangement of maybe atoms, maybe ions, or maybe water molecules it is there. It is also called sphere. It is also called sphere. So space lattice is also called as a what? A sphere it is there. Space lattice is also called the sphere. Now question arises, what is the difference between the structural motif and the space lattice? Now suppose take example, if I am going for the structural motif, if I am going for structural motif, in the structural motif, if NaCl is repeated in the three-dimensional way, in the structural motif, if Na plus and the Cl minus group of the ions are repeated in the three-dimensional way, we will get complete NaCl crystal. But if I am going for the space lattice, if I am going for space lattice, in the space lattice, Na plus sphere will be different, Cl minus sphere will be different, but here Na plus and the Cl minus sphere is not different. Here Na plus sphere different, Cl minus sphere different. So we have to move Na plus in three-dimensional way, we have to move Cl minus in three-dimensional way. So when we are moving this Na plus sphere in 3D way and Cl minus separately in the 3D way, and then when we are combining, then we are getting the what? Complete NaCl crystal lattice. But in the structural motifs, this type of the condition, it is not there. So this is the basic difference between the structural motif and the what space lattice. It is there. Structural motif or the space lattice, it is there. So our structural motif is nothing but a cell. Nothing but a cell. What is cell? Cell is nothing but structural and the functional unit of a living body from the biology, correct? So can I say if n number of cells are combining, they give rise to
Tissue.
tissues. N number of tissues are combining and gives rise to
Organ.
yes, organ system. Organ system is combining and giving to the what complete body. It is there. So can I say that the repeating unit in the body of a body, it is there in our body? The basic repeating unit is a cell. Can I say?
Yes, sir.
So that is nothing but our structural motif or the water space lattice that is there. Space lattice, also called sphere. Keep this in the mind because in the future this I'll use. Anyone doubt in this one?
No, sir.
Now after space lattice, now after space lattice, now after space lattice, after space lattice, I'll go for the crystal lattice. Crystal lattice. So crystal lattice is nothing but it is a three-dimensional regular repeating arrangement. Very careful. So when a space lattice sphere is nothing but space lattice, when the space lattice is repeated in three-dimensional way in the regular and the repeating fashion, and then we are getting the what crystal lattice. So what is crystal lattice? It is a 3D regular repeating arrangement of the what sphere. It is there. The smallest portion of crystal lattice is called the smallest portion of crystal lattice is called unit cell. The smallest portion of the crystal lattice. The repeating structural unit of a crystal very careful in this too. Very careful in this too. Both are not same. The smallest portion of a crystal lattice is called unit cell. The repeating structural unit of a crystal is called as a structural motif. It is there. The smallest, the repeating a structural unit of a crystal is called as a what? Structural motif. It is there. So unit cell is the smallest portion of the crystal lattice. It is there. Anyone doubt here?
No, sir. 1 minute.
Now coming for the unit cells.
Sir, 1 minute.
In the examination, highly overlapping is this two only. Highly overlapping is this two only. When I started the class, at that time class strength was 90 or 95. Now including me, it is 145. So from this, it's very clear that roughly 50 members have added. Roughly 50 members have added after the class. After the class, God knows from which section you are there. God knows from which building you are there. I am also waiting for the college to open. When the college will be open, if the boys and girls are there from different buildings, you will go to your own buildings. You will go to your own buildings. Yes, you will go to your own buildings. You will go for online classes are there, and that is the reason why you are there on the common platform. You are there on the common platform. Once offline classes start, you will go to your own building. And whomsoever the boys and girls are there of our building, definitely I am waiting for the college to open only better. Yes, I am also waiting for the college to open because just I want to see what is the problem that why you are not coming to the college classes. Online classes also not coming on the time. Very strange condition. Very strange condition. This type of irresponsible behavior I have not observed. This type of the irresponsible behavior I have not observed. I have not observed. Not observed. Usually from childhood, I used to think how the college owners are becoming so rich here. We lecturers are getting normal salary only. How the college people and the school owners are becoming so rich. When the students like you will be there, they'll become super rich. They'll become super rich, na? How? First time you won't qualify, you'll come to long term to us. Second time you won't qualify, again you'll come to long term to us. And that is the reason why now education is becoming business. Now education is becoming business because of kids like you only. Yes. Yes. You ask your parent when they were there in the 12th class, at that time any batch was there called repeaters batch? Any long-term batch was there? Ask them. Ask them. If anyone going for a long-term, wished, this condition was there. Ask them. And if anyone used to read in the private college, because that condition was there. Now condition have been changed. Yes. Now whomsoever are reading in the private college, they are good. Yes, correct. In the government college, no one is going. In the government college, no one is going. But my concern is not there. My concern is there that for BIPC, Sri Chaitanya is numero uno. You might be knowing the Latin term numero uno, number one. And that is the reason why they'll add Sri Chaitanya number one, in that there is no second thought it is there. No second thought it is there. Sri Chaitanya is a big banyan tree. Number of branches are there. Each and every branch is not up to the mark. I am telling you openly as a teacher. Each and every branch is not up to the mark. SR Nagar branch is having a very good name in the BIPC. Very good name in the BIPC. Yes. SR Nagar has produced a number of times MSET first rank. MSET first rank. SR Nagar has produced AIMS first rank. Sri Chaitanya AIMS first. When AIMS entrance was separate, at that time, complete Sri Chaitanya till now, AIMS first is not there from Vijayawada, from Narayanguda, from Habshiguda, from Goshala, from there, Hydernagar. No, only from SR Nagar. Only from SR Nagar. So you are there in such a good college, in such a good campus. Arey, what is this behavior here? I'm unable to understand regarding your class only. In rest of the classes, this condition is not there, beta. This condition is not there. Some 8 or 9 members are there in this class who are shifted from the elite to the Super 60. Not because of less marks. Voluntarily they shifted. Voluntarily they shifted because some were having health issues and some they thought they are unable to cope up that high speed. Therefore they shifted. Not because of marks. Not because of marks, I'm telling you. Still in the elite, some boys and girls are there, their marks is less than them. They shifted. Now, whomsoever the 7-8 members are there from the elite who shifted here, you tell me better, in the elite, anytime we observed this type of the condition?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Our class strength is of 40 and single day. I have not observed in this coming 4 or 5 months after separation, when any day class strength is 38. Yes. 38 is not there. 39, 40, 39, 40, 39, 40. And some members are there. God should always make them healthy. God should always make them number one. I have never observed, and whom this 8, 9 members are there, they'll agree with me. I have never observed Praneeth Reddy's absent for a single day also.
Yes, sir.
Single day absent not there, by morning class, evening class, study hours, extra class, this anytime you there. And for that boy, I have never observed connectivity issues. When you people were writing examination, the first year common examination, by God, in the message, in the WhatsApp message, 80, 90 messages from your site is not working, error 401, error 402, this and that. From Praneeth Reddy and Aditi, I have never observed that message. Never means never. Now also from these two messages not there. Never means never. Arre, what software they are using here? Same thing, na? Same thing, na? Why for them connectivity issues never there? Never. And can anyone tell me? All of you know them, but some of them are. What is their position, beta?
First rank. Second rank.
Three, sir.
Top 2.
Top.
Yes, sir. Top 3.
And yes, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 in that way. And in the state, always they are there in top 20. Always in top 20. Always means always. From first year to till now in the state, always in top 20 they are there. Elite schedule is the slow or the fast?
Fast.
Fast. Papers are easier than you, tougher than you? Tell me openly.
Tougher, sir.
Tougher than you. Schedule is a fast and tougher than you paper, and still they are getting in the state top 20 rank. I am teaching something extra to them. No, I am having such an habit. I won't differentiate. Never means never differentiate between the students. Never means never partiality. Never means never. Why? If you can't become like that, I'm not saying they're different. In our hand, 5 fingers are different. Yes, we all are different. I'm not telling them you become like that. But any harm is there in trying?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. There's no harm in trying, beta. So maybe chance is there, beta. You are in some different sphere. Maybe some different space. Your mindset is there in some different sphere. Or maybe you are ultra rich. Why this agony or the pain? Why regarding the sincerity, discipline, all these things? Mostly I'll be bothered. Why I'll be mostly bothered? I am from middle class family. And I am having middle class mentality only. And middle class mentality is, this is only going to give us food. That's all. That's all. Middle class mentality. Yes, I am saying proudly I am having middle class mentality, and that mentality is saying that unless until you are academically not good, this you won't get in the future. That's all. That's all. Yes. Because as middle class people, they are not having money to pump. Not having money. If my son or daughter, they are saying that, Daddy, you give 1 crore rupees, I want to go for a medical college, I'll say, better don't become doctor. I'll say, better don't become doctor, do BSc. That's all. That's all. 1 crore I'll put in the bank, and 10 lakhs interest I'll get every year. 10 lakhs interest. 10 lakhs interest I'll get every year. And by that, I'll enjoy and my kids will enjoy. But 1 crore I won't put on my son and daughter. If I'm wrong, according to you, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But I'll force them to do hard work. I'll force them to do hard work. So, regarding discipline, where is compromise, beta? I am unable to understand. Day by day, your class level is going down, going down, going down in case of discipline. Those who are disciplined, they can only understand the subject properly. Beta, you people have to check. Lot changes are required, but you people. Lot changes are required. Lot changes are required. Yes. And as I am having middle class mentality, I don't any want to go for a long term. I never told long term is a bekar. Never means never. But when we are having capability to get seat in first attempt only, why shall we waste money and 1 year, wasting money also and 1 year also for long term? Why? क्या जरूरत है? Now coming for a topic. So unit cell is the smallest. Unit cell is the water, the smallest portion of a crystal lattice, which when repeated in all directions gives rise to the water entire lattice it is there. Then if you're having a cash book or the NCERT book, in that they might have given that this fundamental structure, this fundamental unit is also called as a parallelogram. This fundamental unit is also called as a water parallelogram. What is the fundamental unit means? This repeating unit is called as a water fundamental unit, and this fundamental unit is also called as a water parallelogram. Now coming for the topic. Now I am entering in the main topic. Whatever our unit cell it is there, unit cell is characterized by 6 parameters. Unit cell is characterized by 6 parameters. Out of 6 parameters, 3 are our axial distances and 3 are our axial angles. Just yesterday, as I have told you, only for convenience, I am drawing a simple cube. Only for convenience, I am drawing a simple cube because it is the most symmetrical one. It is there. In this, A is equal to B is equal to what? C, it is there. So this is one axis. This is another axis. And this is another axis. If a same thing, I will write in terms in this way. Same thing, it is there. Whatever, suppose take example, this line it is there. If this I am calling, if this suppose take example, I am calling as a A. If this I am calling as a A, then this is a B and this is a C. Then I'll call this as an alpha, this I'll call as a beta, and this I'll call as a what? Gamma, it is there. And that is the meaning of the 3 axial distances. And this is the meaning of the what? 3 axial angles. And this 3 axial distances and 3 axial angles only I have given in the column 2 and the what? Column 3, it is there. Anyone doubt here?
No, sir.
Now I am going for the understanding part. Now, whatever the next information I am giving to you, it is understanding part. Next information I am giving to you, it is understanding part, it is there. Whatever our unit cells are there, unit cells are broadly classified into 2 types. Unit cells are broadly classified into what? 2 types it is there. And they are nothing but called as a primitive and the center. They're nothing but called as a primitive unit cells and the what? Centered. And now I go for the primitive and the centered. Name is saying centered. Coming for the primitive. Only for convenience, I am taking a simple, only for convenience to make you easy understanding. If I am going for the primitive, this is the meaning of the primitive. This is called lattice point. This is called as a lattice point. And these are the constituent particles. Whatever the dot, whatever this I am drawing in this way, it is constituent particles. They may be atoms, they may be ions, or they may be molecules. So primitive means they are present at corners. So whatever the lattice points are there, they are what? Only at the corner it is there. And this is a primitive. If I am going for the centered, in centered we are having 3. In the centered we are having 3, it is there. So just for the convenience, I am drawing the 3 cube. Again and again I am telling you why I am drawing the cube only as a structure, only for a easy understanding, because cube is the most symmetrical one. And that is the reason why for the easy understanding, I am going for the cube, it is there. For the easy understanding, I am going for the cube. Now, 3 centered are there. In the 3, first I'll go for the face centered. Face centered. Face centered means points are there at the corners. Points are there at the corners. In addition to the corners, Points are there on the face also. Up face, down face, left face, right face, front face, back face. And this is nothing but called as a face centered. This is face centered. And now here I'll go for this one as a body centered. Body centered means points are there at the corners. In addition to the corners, point is there at the body center also. So this is the points there at the corner. This is the points there at the corner. In addition to the corner points, one point is there exactly in the center of a body and therefore called as a body center. Last one I am going for, last one is called end centered. Last one is called as a end centered. So in the end centered, points are there at the corners and any of two opposite faces. Points are there at the corner and any of the two opposite faces. So points are there at the corner, points are there at the corner, points are there at the corner, and any of the two opposite faces, maybe up and down, maybe front and the back, maybe left and the right, it is there. As a blackboard is a two-dimensional blackboard, it is there. Therefore, deliberately I am choosing up face and the down face so that understanding the diagram will be very easy. Otherwise, it can be up and down opposite face. It can be left and right opposite face. It can be front and the back opposite face. It is there. So these are our four different types of the unit cells are there.
Sir, for body center, what did you write, sir?
Corner plus body center. So primitive means points are there only at corner. Only at corner. Face centered means corners and the face. Body centered means corner and the body center. And center means corner plus any of the two opposite faces. So from this, it's very clear that whether it is a primitive unit cell or a centered unit cell, 100% points are there at the corners.
Done, sir.
Done.
1 minute.
In some books, whatever the primitive it is there, in some books it is also given as a symbol. In some books it is also given a symbol.
Done, sir.
Now, to explain you fourth column, all these things I have taught you, that's all. This is not so much required. Just to explain you fourth column, all this I am teaching you from past half an hour. From past half an hour to go for the fourth column. I have taught you C, Tom, H, R, T. I have taught you C, Tom, H, R, T. And now I'll go for the here. Possible unit cells. So simply you have to remember, again I am giving logic, 32, 42, 111. Very simple way of remembering. 32, 42, 111, and therefore deliberately I have taught you in the C, Tom, HRT so that remembering part will be very easy. So possible unit cells are 32 in the order C, Tom, HRT, 32, 42, 111. Now question arises, this 3 means what? Means out of the 4 unit cells, here 3 unit cells are possible. Now question arises, which 3 unit cells are possible? So in this case, primitive is possible. In this case, face centered is possible. In this case, body centered is possible. This they are asking in the examination. Maybe they'll ask you this number, or maybe they'll ask you 3. Means which 3? They'll ask you. Now coming for the 2. Here we are having primitive, it is there. Here we are having primitive, it is there. And here we are having body centered, it is there. Primitive, it is there. And the body centered, it is there. In this case, big hangama is not there. Why? We are having only
All.
4 types of unit cell, and here all 4 are there. So here we are having primitive is there, face centered it is there, body centered it is there, and the edge centered it is there. You should be very careful regarding this two. That's only this two. So here we are having primitive it is there and end center. Here 2 means which 2? Primitive and the body centered. Here 2 means which 2? Primitive and the end center. And here we are having primitive. Here we are having primitive. And here we are having primitive. So observe properly. Observe properly. In all the 7 type of the crystal systems, in all the 7 type of crystal systems, primitive unit cells are there, not there?
There's
Yes, sir.
It is there. In all the 7 crystal systems, we are having the what? Primitive unit cells are there. Have a look on the blackboard. Recall for 1 or 2 minutes. After that way, I'll ask question to you. Now towards blackboard. Between all these primitives are not same type. Sir, not same type. Not same type. Not same type. This is primitive cubic type. This is primitive tetragonal type. This is primitive orthorhombic type. This is primitive monoclinic type. Ah, no, sir, but 8 points. Corner points are guaranteed there. Primitive means corner points are guaranteed there. But between this primitive and this primitive, there is no guarantee A, B, and C will be same. There is no guarantee axial angle will remain same. There is no guarantee axial angle will remain same. So this is called as a primitive cubic, face centered cubic, body centered cubic. If this I am going for primitive orthorhombic, face centered orthorhombic, body centered orthorhombic, end centered orthorhombic in that way. So this it is the end center of the what? Monoclinic. Then sir, what is same in between this end center and this end center? Arrangement of the atom particles are at same position. Arrangement of the particles are there at the what? Same position. What is the meaning of same position? End center means particles are arranged at corner position and at any of the 2 opposite faces. Anyone doubt here?
No, sir.
Now, coming for the examples. For examples, there is nothing like shortcut trick. For the examples, there is a nothing like shortcut trick. It is there. Examples you have to remember. Examples you have to remember. Some examples are the common examples coming in the examination that I will tell you. I am also having book in the front of the me. Each and every examples you have to remember, but some examples are more important. In the cubic, underlined NaCl and zinc blend. In the tetragonal, hey, all you will remember, I'm telling you, these are most important, but there is no guarantee that these are only coming in the examination. In the tetragonal, you are remembering white tin and acid O2. In orthorhombic, you are remembering rhombic sulfur. In a monoclinic, you are remembering monoclinic sulfur. And that is the reason why in the 6A group family, you are having information. Alpha sulfur is also called as a rhombic sulfur, and beta sulfur is called monoclinic sulfur. It is same thing. So alpha sulfur means it is orthorhombic form, it is there. Beta sulfur means it is what? Monoclinic form, it is there. In hexagonal, you will go for the graphite. In rhombohedral, you are going for the HGS cinnabar. In triclinic, you are going for both potassium sulfate and copper sulfate. Potassium sulfate and copper sulfate.
Sir, in tetragonal?
In tetragonal, white tin and SnO2.
Okay.
White tin and SnO2. Sometime in the examination to confuse you, rather than giving the formula, they will give the common names. They'll give the common names. They'll give the Latin names. They'll give the trivial names, and that trivial names also you have to remember. Or sometime they'll give the name, they'll give the ask you formula. Suppose take example in the cubic zinc blend, write formula zinc sulfide, ZnS, ZnS. So you have mugged zinc blend in the exam, they have given ZnS, and now their confusion it is there. Sir, you have not taught. So zinc blend is nothing but zinc sulfide, ZnS. Check in the tetragonal, they have given SnO2.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
You write the name cassiterite, C-A-S-S-E, cassiterite, T-E-R-I-T-E, cassiterite, or tinstone, cassiterite, C-A-S-S-E, cassiter, T-E-R, I-T-E-I, cassiterite or tinstone. Don't write here and there, write there only on a piece of the paper or maybe in that table only. TiO2. TiO2 is called rutile, R-U-T-I-L-E, rutile. Rutile. KNO3 in orthorhombic, KNO3. Indian saltpeter. Indian saltpeter. Indian saltpeter. Indian saltpeter. Barium sulfate is barytes. Barytes, B-A-R-Y-T-E-S, barytes. Some of the members, the 8 members who were there earlier, they did class. For them, I have taught metallurgy. When I have taught metallurgy for them, there's something history of the barytes, something I have given. Anyone remembering? Anyone remembering regarding barytes?
Sir, metallurgy Prasad sir taught us, sir.
Metallurgy Prasad taught you, then to whom I have taught? No, for you I have not taught, correct? For
Yes.
your batch I have not taught. For your batch I have not taught. Yes, metallurgy. Yes, yes. I remember very well, yes. Now, very careful. Some people are rich from 1 generation, 2 generation. Some people are rich from 4 or 5 generations. So whomsoever are rich from 4 or 5 generations, definitely their body will be tight. Definitely their body will be tight, and they will have the mindset of not listening anyone. Not listening anyone, because some are rich because of the real estate boom from 10 years. Some are rich from real estate business from 20 years. Some are becoming rich because of Dubai or because of Emirates. Some are rich because of Saudi Arabia. Some are rich because of USA and the Canada. But some are rich from past 100 or 110 years. And in that one family, it is there. That is nothing but family of Jagan Mohan Reddy. Jagan Mohan Reddy, father YSR, YSR father Raja Reddy. From 5 generations, they are having the mining right of the barytes. Most of the barytes in the India, 95% plus barytes in the India is coming from the mines in the Andhra Pradesh, or better say Rayalaseema area. And on that 95% mining rights they are having. 95% mining rights they are having. So an ore it is there. An ore is there, and on ore, a single family is having the mining rights. So they will be rich or they won't be rich.
Rich.
No,
They will
rich,
be rich, sir.
rich. And that is the reason why in that family you might have observed they won't listen anyone. Correct? You observed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Whatever may be your political difference, leave political difference aside. They won't listen. Why? Because they'll have a feeling what you are telling me, actual. What you are telling me now, you are becoming rich because in the real estate business, when your ancestors were bhikari, from that time we are rich. Yes, when your ancestors were bhikari, from that time we are rich. So don't tell us regarding the money and all those things. Yes, they're having the water mining rights. It is there of the rights.
Sir,
Hmm.
so what was the example for the cubic system, sir?
In the cubic beta, NaCl and zinc blend.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Now coming for the monoclinic. In the monoclinic, nothing it is there, no special name. Now coming for the hexagonal. In the hexagonal, graphite is graphite only. Zinc oxide, right? Zincite. Zinc oxide, common name is zincite. Zincite, zincite. Zincite. Already in the bracket, they have given the name in the cash book. HGS is called cinnabar. Check.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, so
Yes.
no need. So no need of going on. Now giving you time of 5 minutes. Have a look on all the examples. After 5 minutes, I'll ask you this complete table, except last column, symmetry, elements possible. Symmetry, elements possible. Now it is not there in the syllabus, correct? So therefore, except that last column, everything I'll ask you after 5 minutes. Chalo, start. Any one member. If your answer is wrong, problem is not there. I am much more bothered regarding the third column and fourth column and the fifth column. C Tom HRT one column, axial distances one column, second column, axial angles third column, fourth column is this one, possible unit cells, and fifth column is examples. I am bothered regarding fourth column and the fifth column. Start.
Sir,
Anyone? If you will do a mistake, then only you will learn. If you do a mistake, then only you will learn.
I'll try.
Try better.
So C term HRT. The first one is cubic, then diagonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic, hexagonal, rhombohedral or trigonal, and triclinic. And then axial distances are A is equal to B is equal to C.
First, beta, I want only column number 4th and column 5th. That is possible unit cells and examples, beta.
Possible unit cells is 3242111. And then
3 is what 3?
The 3 are primitive, face-centered, and body-centered. 2 is primitive and body-centered. 4 is primitive, face-centered, body-centered, and end-centered. 2 is primitive and end-centered. For hexagonal, it is primitive.
Yes, for last 3, primitive, correct.
Primitive.
Now coming for examples, beta.
First one
cubic example.
Cubic is zinc blend, sir. For tetragonal, white tin. For rhombic, it is rhombic sulfur.
Very good.
Monoclinic, it is monoclinic sulfur.
Correct.
Hexagonal, it is graphite.
Yes.
For rhombohedral, it is HGS.
Yes, very good.
For triclinic, it is CuS.
Copper sulfate, pentahydrate, and potassium dichromate. K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate and copper sulfate pentahydrate. Very good. Very good means very good. Whatever the examples I have ticked, marked all examples you have given. Very good. Very good. Now, other examples which you have not given, you are having still time. Exam is on Sunday, still you are having time for the water, remembering of the water. Other examples are there. Still you are having the examples for the, it is there. Now coming for the just time is only 1 minute. So in this 1 minute, let me tell, syllabus completed. Syllabus completed. Tomorrow in the morning class and the evening class, I'll go for the brushing up only. And today evening, I'm not promising you, I'll try my level best to post the questions of the solid state of the elite paper. I'll ask the boys and the girls of the elite section, if they are having this question paper, it is there, they'll post me. And in that only chemistry, you won't post. In that botany and zoology, physics, chemistry, everything will be there with key and solution. With what? Key and solution. I'll try my best to post that paper in the evening, but I'm not promising you. But if I am posting that question paper, for chemistry point of view, that question paper you're doing properly, so that once I'm clarifying doubts tomorrow morning and the evening, you should be in the position to ask that doubt. Sir, this question I am not getting, this question I am getting in that way. So syllabus over. So tomorrow 2 classes, morning and the evening class is only doubt clarification. And well in advance, I'm informing you, tomorrow evening study hours. What is time, beta?
5 to 6.
5 to 6.
5 to 6. So 2 weeks back, strength was 56. Last week, strength was 52. Let us see, God knows, now strength tomorrow will be 48 or 58, God knows. I'm expecting strength of the 135 or the 140 only. Let us go for the tin stone. Let us go for the white tin. So tin is coming under 2 types, mostly white tin and the gray tin. White tin and the gray tin. And this white tin and the gray tin, they are differing in densities. They're differing in their density, it is there. and this tin was responsible for the defeat of the Napoleon army. This tin was responsible for the defeat of the French army, or the Napoleon army was there. And in the France also, it is a cold country, and Siberia means better you say Russia. Russia also is a what cold country it is there. So Napoleon was having quest that he will conquer the world, and in his conquering the world, he attacked the neighboring country, what Russia, and he knows very well that in the Russia it is an the very high winter will be there. It's cold region it is there, correct, and that is the reason why French soldiers they were wearing an overcoat or the long coat, and on that fancy button was there. Tin buttons were there. Tin buttons are shiny bright buttons were there. Tin buttons were there in the on the overcoat it is there. And when this Napoleon army they entered in the Russia, before entering the border only all freezed up to death. Single man has not taken the sword, and in this way they have done. Tsar Nicholas the II, even he was also there in his mansion or there in his fort only. He was also not coming outside, and the maximum of the Napoleon soldiers died because of the frost only, cold only. Why? Because as soon as they entered into the what Russia, their weather was too cold, icy weather was there, and in that whatever the tin buttons were there, they crumbled and transformed into powder. They crumbled and transformed into powder. So when the button is crumbling and transforming into the powder, whatever the overcoat it is there, now it will be closed or ripped open.
Closed.
Open. It is ripped open. Once it is ripped open, definitely air will go inside. Definitely air will go inside. Cold will go inside, and they died because of the cold. And Katsi goes to that tin button only. This tin button only it is there. So somewhere in the history, definitely you will read whatever just now I have mentioned to you. Let us meet tomorrow at that same time. See you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Tomorrow
sir.
is
Bye,
doubt
sir.
clarification. Tomorrow is doubt clarification. Come with doubts better, okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.